on the previous lap I wasn't driving this fast because you don't know if it's like where it's going to be wet around the corner.
Holy moly!
We just did a lap in the Dacia, which is quite an uncommon race car, although after seeing what the Dacia can do during 24 hours of Nürburgring, or also cannot do sometimes, anything can be a race car. In this case, Nissan Almera Primera.
Yeah.
Can also be, well, at least a track car, I guess.
Yeah, trackable street car.
Trackable street car. So Daniel, tell us what you've done to it.
Yeah, so basically this is a 1997 Nissan Primera GT Sportline. It's a special edition. They only did like 50 black ones, 50 red ones.
Wow.
Yeah, it's kind of a dealer rebranding.
Yeah.
I've bought this in 2014, and it's also a car that kind of got me into track driving after incentive at my former company at the Bilsterberg.
Nice.
And I started modifying it. I was always into Primeras. I have a lot of them.
Yeah, because they have a bit of motorsports relevance history. They've been racing with them.
Yeah, definitely. I went to Brands Hatch in June, and there was also a Super Tour I went where this was the race version of this was basically a star of the weekend.
Nice.
And won 4 out of 4 races with Jake Hill,
cool.
CC driver.
Awesome. So what's the let's run through the specs quickly. It's like what, 2-liter engine?
It's a 2-liter SR20 DE.
Okay, so without the turbos, basically.
Yeah, without the turbo, but this is actually the genuine SR20.
Nice.
Because Nissan developed it for the volume cars and then did the
racing start with the 206 and stuff.
Yeah, right. We have OZF1 wheels, which are stock on the Sportline edition.
Yeah.
Then we have Tarox F2000 discs with EBC yellow pads on the front. Stock size, stock calipers. On the rear we have upgraded we have stock pads and stock brake discs. We have upgraded to the 278 from the wagon.
Yeah.
So it's a bit more on the rear.
Okay.
And we have a JDM wing from the JDM Primera that's called TEV, which was available with 190 horsepower in Japan.
Cool.
We do have a JDM steering wheel, which is similar to the one of the R34 Skyline, which is retrimmed.
Ooh, actually, yeah, now that you say so, that's cool.
Seats are stock, pedals are stock of the Sportline edition. I don't know if you will like them. They are this typical 90s ATU style pedals, but I think it isn't too bad.
Red line around 7,000?
Yeah, it revs to 7.2, so 7.2 is the limiter.
Okay, we didn't mention the power actually.
Yeah, 150 horsepower.
150, nice. On what weight?
1345 in the paper, so I guess it's gonna be around like 1350 or so.
Okay, that actually seems to be quite heavy for the car of its size of its age, like from
the P10 was 100 kilos lighter.
Okay.
But I did a few minor things to it with like, for example, for the AC compressor, the mount is available in aluminum on a facelift, so I dropped out like 3 kilos already on that on the front.
Yeah.
And there's some minor things underneath the bonnet I want to change.
Cool.
Maybe mentionable for the suspension.
Yeah.
It's BC Racing coilovers.
Okay.
We have Cusco upper control arm, so we do have around about 2 degrees of camber on the front.
Yeah, nice.
And we do have a lower control arm brace, which stiffens between the lower control arms.
Cool.
Which also brings a big benefit to the car.
Nice.
And stock strut braces as well. Then we do have a header, but I don't think it makes that much difference. It revs a bit more freely and you get parts better.
Right. Well, let's go have a look what this baby can do. I'm very excited.
Sure. Yep.
Give Daniel a follower all your burning questions about this car. I see where our gas tank is sticking out a bit, so that's our driver excuse, because it was catching too much wind, and that's why we couldn't. Bad arrow, for sure, and wing adding so much drag to it.
And additionally, yesterday I helped the RCN team.
Oh, okay.
And I have actually seen you weren't too far away from us.
Yeah.
And I do have some equipment in the back, so.
Should we take it out?
We can, but I did already drive with it. But
okay, so
we would have another driver excuse.
Is it fixed? Is it like not too loose?
Yeah, it's moving much.
All right, good. Then it's fine. It's in the trunk. It's not inside the thing. So as long as the back seat's not gonna suddenly fold themselves and.
It's
all right. Well, let's hop in, do a lap. Fast Miata ahead. He can go because he's flying. Look at a massive camber of his.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
It's really impressive.
He's having the best time of his life. Just sending it.
Yeah. I think the trunk lid is entirely closed, or it's a bit loose. Oh wow. Maybe it's an active aero mod.
Maybe, who knows? You go on the brake and it pops open.
Yeah. So you can send it on the engine, you can send it on the brakes, on the tires. It's up to you how you feel about it.
Because it's like more or less a street tire.
Yeah, definitely. I think in the rain it is quite good, but in the dry, yeah, it's a bit.
All right.
You really seem to trust the car.
Yeah. Oh, you told me so much about it. You seem to know your stuff, so we're good. I believe that. Nice and soft. I like it.
Okay. I thought that it's actually a bit too soft, but if you like it, okay.
It's good. Enjoyable.
Nice to hear. It's really good to have honest and proper feedback on the car, especially if it's positive.
Yeah. No, it's cool. It's like, you see that I'm not fighting like the first couple of corners, so it's quite enjoyable.
Oh, holy.
I need to remind myself that we're not on semis.
Yeah. And I also like to remind you that I spun on Hudson-Bach.
Yeah.
Finally, my car's overtaking something. Oh.
Very good.
This was especially the moment where I got panic and I spun out. So, and it was about the same speed, to be honest.
All right.
So.
Yeah, you can feel that the back really wants to step out if you really like lift.
Yeah.
But it's quite easy and fast to correct it.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, I think you are much more compliant driver than I am. So. Crazy. Try that one before 160.
Yeah, you can almost take it flat. Actually.
Okay. So one of the few sections where I really committed to taking flat is Hohe 8.
Okay.
But that's about it. And I did Foxhole flat once.
All right.
But only once, where I was really committed. Oh wow.
Putting that JDM wing to a test.
Yeah.
Yeah, the stock tires.
Yeah, I think the tires is really holding the car back.
Yes.
He seems to lose this race.
He's just warming up. It's probably his first lap.
Okay.
Just checking the track conditions. Because I've been here before. I wouldn't be driving on the previous lap. I wasn't driving this fast because you don't know if it's like where it's going to be wet around the corner.
Holy moly! That's commitment. One tire fire!
Yes.
Yeah, it's open diff. Maybe the red one with the VE will get a limited slip diff, but not this one.
All right.
This car actually is for learning for me.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, it's nice.
Oh, holy moly.
I like it. It's so easy drivable, you know.
Oh, that's really. I'm really glad to hear that. And still, I messed up once. This section I also took flat once.
That's good.
Holy fuck! Didn't believe that street tires could do this.
The good thing about these kinds of like speeds and G-forces and tires, because if they lose grip, the car is just like a front-wheel drive car. You know, it just like it slides forward on the high G-force corner. So it's not that scary.
As long as you don't do stupid liftovers stuff as I do. Overtaking a Porsche?
No, probably not.
No, not anymore. Now we are lacking power.
Yeah.
So it seems like you think that this with like 200, 250 horsepower and a limited slip diff would
Oh,
be
dude, if you can do that, that would be amazing.
would be a suitable track car.
Absolutely.
Really glad to hear that.
Yeah, if you want to make it SR20 DETT or DET.
Actually, 250 horsepower is possible with the VE and high compression.
Really?
So you do have...
I think that's going to be better.
Yeah,
you don't need it because of
definitely.
reliability also and emotion.
Yeah, I don't want to turbo it because with turbos normally trouble comes along.
Yeah, for sure.
So I do know people that build the DEs also with stuck compression, but at the end of the day, if you send it, you'll get problems.
Yeah, for sure.
And I prefer actually a low horsepower car, because I think with a high powered car I'd crash. To be honest, I wouldn't trust myself.
Oh, it's nice. Like I said, I really like it.
It's so nice to hear. It's the best thing you can say to me that my car is good.
Just using a bit of more of the line there so we can
stay flat.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Norbert. That car also gives. I wonder if he has hit already 100,000 kilometers on the clock.
Okay.
Because last year or 2 years ago he was like at 70. Yeah, I know. One way to catch up with Porsches. And the yellow.
But actually, when I was with Tamara, there was like a really slow 996 GT2, so I could say I also took a Porsche today.
Nice.
And I do have someone on board who's seen it. So
nice. So we need to stay on the outside. No carousel thumbnail.
That's a shame. But I did one, but you don't sit in it.
Yeah. Maybe I'll still buy the picture to support Martin. Here's. So they just spilled oil here. That's the only thing. All right. Off we go.
He doesn't seem to trust it. Let's go away in class. Yellow again. It's really cool to see how much more the car actually could do if I was a better driver. So the biggest mod for the car should be the driver mod.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm really positively surprised by the car. Because you know, like in general, sedans, it's like it's not track oriented, and then also an old car by today's standards. It's like, but it's really good. It's such a shame. When overtaking, I'm normally really worried that somebody's turning in on me. Yeah, but he's seen us, so it should be okay.
didn't expect it from this car, and also didn't respect your kind of satisfaction with it.
No, it's like I said, it's amazing. I expected it to be like meh.
Average car, basically.
Yeah, like average, but I had like my trust towards you because knowing how often you hear, how often you drive, so it's not going to be just like, you know, sometimes people message me like, do you want to drive my bone stock 1.6, like something, I don't know, like you name it, insert the car here, to offend anyone. And then I'm like, have you ever driven it on track? No, like I just want to see what the car can do. I'm like, let's not do that, you know? But you coming here, you've been following me for like 6 years, 7 years, 8 years since Boosted Boris. You said you've been coming here for many years, you had this car for many years. So I'm like, okay, you know, and when we started talking and when you start mentioning all these small details, I'm like, okay, the car is safe to go, safer probably than someone who has no clue about cars, you know? So, and then you get in and drive and it's like, it's really fun. I loved it. Like really, like I said, if your main thing was to find out whether this is like a good basis for future upgrades, go for it.
Okay.
This is going to be so much better, especially like, because now it's like 150 horsepower, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you get 220 or 250, even like you said, with just like high compression and just like higher revving car, try to drop the weight maybe even, get LSD, and believe like the subframe was a bit loose. Maybe check the bushings, because some sections it would like move a bit, but it with a front wheel drive car it's not that big of an issue, because it's as long as you keep your foot planted, it will be okay. But check the bushings, because it felt a bit loose. No, then it's going to be a fucking amazing car. Like, you know, for example, this guy from Luxembourg with the Citroën Xara.
Yeah, Andy.
Yeah, it's going to be something like that.
Yeah, you know? Funny story is that...
Yeah, the blue Primera.
Almera. Kim, it's actually Kim's car, so and I sold one engine of mine to Kim. So I know her as well, and she's doing crazy stuff with an old Datsun right now. And actually we kind of planning to, or at least the front-wheel drive Nissan community, let's call it that way, is trying to get together at a ring, doing maybe a nice train lap or so, just smooth and easy. But we're still discussing with a few guys. You may know Patrick Gierlich with the
exactly.
Yeah, he's all, I know.
Has he rebuilt it already?
The Sunny.
Yeah, I think a while ago.
It's running GLP and it's running just fine. He was at GLP also yesterday.
Cool.
And he's also was the first contact to the Finnish racing team I've helped out with yesterday.
Cool.
So there's a small little but elite Nissan front-wheel drive community. I think Nissans are not always about skylines.
No, for sure. No, it's amazing. I loved it. Like I said, go for it. If you're, I would see this and hopefully maybe even drive in the future. Drive in the future when when you finish it. Than another E36. Nothing wrong with those, but seeing something unique, I think you will have much more fun and pleasure. And I guess the running costs are also not that high. Yeah,
it's not that terrible. I mean, I'm actually hoarding Primera parts. I've parted out a lot, and I'm normally doing bulk buys and stuff from US and UK and all around the world in Japan. And for me, I mean, when I look at this car, when I try to figure out the building cost, it's actually hard, because I bought so many parts from people that parted out their car or gave up on it or whatever. And when I would buy these parts that are in there, so the main parts new, I guess this would be a sub 5,000 car, definitely.
Okay, wow.
So the car itself did cost me like 900 euros or so.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, it was from an export dealer, and I swapped my Wunderbeater for it and paid like 300 or 400 euros extra. And then, as I mentioned, I fixed a lot of the maintenance stuff and did some modifications, and what I've paid for the part is below 2,000 euros. So
wow, all right.
For me, it was a sub 3,000 build, but of course I put my personal time in it. And I should not consider the cost of my barn and what is else there, but it's hobby, so it's okay.
No, I think it could be like a very reasonably priced track car. Also, when it comes to maintenance costs for in the future when you decide to go that road. you need to try to bring the, if you're actually going to go into proper track car, try to take the weight down. I'm sure you can strip out a lot.
Yeah.
But then you add a cage possibly. But by lowering the weight, you should probably also definitely get different brakes, because with more power, this is going to be.
Yeah. I'm thinking actually of swapping R34 brakes. I already have the calipers, but it's kind of hard to set up because the Skyline is 5x114 and this is 4x114. And also the dimensioning of the caliper doesn't fit 100%, so you have to mill down the discs, etc. Maybe what is generally possible with TÜV is a case port.
Okay.
On the red Primera, I'm also building so the same car but with the VE. So the next car I will come with, or if I come with a Primera again and you want to drive it, it's gonna be red.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I mean red also
red
means
is racing,
like,
you know,
yeah,
race
it means
car.
like 50 horsepower more already.
Yeah, automatically. Amazing.
And this is having case port brakes on the front and also the wagon brakes at the back already, and it has an in-track suspension. Also the Cuscos and the VE, but I kind of struggled of building it because of TOV basically, and I don't have that much connections except for the usual JDM guys, which are, my personal opinion, I don't know if I can say this on camera, so not trustworthy.
Okay.
At least I don't trust them, and I know that there have been some legal topics. So I'm really looking for a TÜV guy, so if you know a TÜV guy, comments below.
Yeah, I'll forward you to mine who
great.
Who put
the gap GRC 86 and also the cars.
Like you might have to pay a bit, but, but he's doing proper, like, you know, the wing, we put a M240 Cup car wing, and they use like a massive machine, like to put a tow strap to it, and they pull the wing with 800 Newton meters to make sure that it's actually fixed. So my car can survive 800 Newton meters of downforce. And that was approved, you know, so that's they're doing like properly and stuff. But
yeah, that's important to me, because otherwise I wouldn't like need it.
Yeah. Cool. Well, thanks again, and on to many more. And
I do have some other cars as well. I have a stock S13.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
I do have a Daihatsu Copen, which is getting K3 VET swapped.
Yeah.
As the next project. And I think the next car to go with the ring with, which isn't this one, is gonna be the Copen, because the red Primera is a way bigger project.
Yeah.
But the Copen has to run again because I want to do a top-down lap on the ring, and also driving around top-down generally is so cool, like cabriolets a lot.
Awesome.
So that could also be a cool car maybe.
And now it starts to rain.
Perfect timing.
Yeah.
Really nailed it.